Hi everyone. Today I'm going to be cleaning up the bedroom in a hoarder house. I'm going to be cleaning the whole thing, but specifically the floors. That's where I want to be spending the majority of my effort. I keep forgetting that the majority of the people coming into these videos are just finding it on the recommendation pages, and so they don't know the full story behind this. So as a quick recap, this was a hoarder house. It was owned by a gentleman who passed away. That guy's girlfriend was allowed to live in the house, and she had a severe hoarding problem. Eventually, when she moved out, the son found the house in that condition and has been slowly trying to restore it as best he can. He found out about what I do, which is finding people who need cleanups, especially like extreme cleanups, and I do that for free because one, I like helping people out. I mean, you're talking about a $4,000 or $5,000 cleanup, which a lot of people can't afford. And two, this is my hobby. So over time, we have cleaned up the kitchen, the living room. Today, I'm going to do the hallway and the bedroom. And the purpose is not to make this look pristine. That's not going to happen without a bunch of paint and stripping down and resanding and restaining and varnishing and all that. The purpose here is to clean this as best I can clean it so that when the owner comes in, he can look around at the walls and the floors and windows and whatnot. And with all that grime and crud and buildup gone, he can, at a glance, be able to decide what he's going to do with it, whether he wants to refinish it or leave it alone or whatever. So to get started on all this, I'm just going to start out by sweeping all the main crud off that I can, and that includes the ceilings, walls, windows. I even sweep the ceiling fan, which I've never done before in my life. And then after that, I'm going to come in with a vacuum and vacuum up all the remaining loose dust. That way, whenever I start mopping this, I don't create as much of a big mud storm as what I would if I were to not vacuum that up. Now, one of the questions I get a lot is, especially on the last video, is why not just sand it and gut it? Well, that's not my thing. I'm a cleaner. I'm not a refinisher or anything like that. I'm not a contractor. I'm not being paid for any of this. But if the owner decides if he comes in and he can see the bare floor and the condition that it's in without all that gunk on top of it, then he can make that decision himself. One thing I found that really helps with cleaning ceiling fans is being 6'4". I decided from a very young age that I was going to be 6'4", specifically to clean ceiling fans, and I can't tell you how much it really, really helps out. So if you aren't 6'4", you may want to consider doing that, if for nothing else, to have clean ceiling fans with ease. So the first thing I'm going to do on this floor, it's not nearly as bad as the living room was, but I'm going to saturate this with Pine Sol, and then I'm going to scrub it with, it's a like a rubber broom. It's like a broom, but it's got rubber bristles on the end, and it's meant for like scrubbing shop floors and stuff like that. If I can find a link to the one that I use on Amazon, I'll leave a link to that in the description. And in fact, I'll leave a couple links to different stuff that I use in the description. That's my Amazon affiliate account, and I do make a little bit of money off that. Not much, but a little bit. They just make you say that whenever you leave Amazon affiliate links, so you've been told, suck it. After scrubbing this down, I'm going to use my carpet cleaner not to clean the floors, but to extract the dirty water. Because if I went in there with a mop right now, the mop would get so dirty so fast that I would have to mop about 2 square feet and then change the water, then 2 square feet, then change the water. Not quite that bad, but I mean, it's pretty close. So I'm going to use my carpet cleaner to extract the dirty water, and then I'm going to repeat that process through the whole room. So Pine Sol, scrub it down with the rubber bristle thing, extract the dirty water with the carpet cleaner, and then repeat until the whole room is done. And this is just step one of getting the main grime off the floor so that I can do more detailed stuff like mopping later. Once all that's done, I'm going to switch to Murphy's Oil Soap, and I'm going to mop the floor at least twice. I'm going to mop it once just to get even more grime off, and then the second time I mop is going to be more of like a traditional mop, using less of the mop juice and more like you would mop in a normal everyday floor in an everyday situation. After mopping the floor, and don't worry, I actually mopped this floor about 6 times, including once right before I left. So it's not a case of me mopping the floor and then walking all over it and just leaving it. I did this just to get the main crud off, so then I could do the rest of the room without walking in filth. And then right before I left, I just mopped it all again on my way out the door. But anyway, I'm going to do the windows, and I'm doing that with, it's 97% isopropyl alcohol, a couple drops of Dawn dish soap, and water. and just spray it on, let it sit for a second. I will wipe that off with a microfiber towel, and then the second rag that you see me using is an ultra fine microfiber towel, and that feels, it's more silk-like than cloth-like or fiber-like. And so that second cloth is what I use to get all the streaks and stuff out. Because the windows are really old and they don't open inward, I had to do a thing where I washed the inside, then closed the window, then bounced to the outside, and then back to the inside. It was kind of a pain, but I got them done. The only reason I didn't do the very top of the outside window, if the more eagle-eyed people will notice, I missed like a 6 to 8 inch strip on top. There were about 5 wasp nests as big as my fist on the very top of that window, so I very quickly did it and then moved on. Now quickly I'm going to go around the baseboards with Mr. Clean. I did use my mop to get the main gunk off of those whenever I was mopping the floor, so that's why you see me not using gloves at this point, because the only thing that's on the baseboards at this point is just regular everyday dirt. I'm not going to bother putting on gloves for that. Now moving into the hall, this is an extremely dirty floor. This has about, I would say, a ½ inch of really nasty stuff. Everything from dirt and soil to animal feces. There's a lot of bird feces in here too. So I'm going to saturate that with Pine Sol really heavy to where Pine Sol is just sitting in puddles. Then once that has saturated and soaked down a lot of that heavy soil, I'm going to use a paint scraper to remove the big clumps and then scrape that up and put it into a trash bag. I went through about 25 to 30 pairs of gloves during this entire cleanup through all videos combined. But anyway, now I'm going to do with the hallway what I did to the bedroom, except even more so. I'm going to saturate it, scrub it down with a little rubber broom thing, saturate it, rubber broom it again, extract it with the carpet cleaner. I'm just going to keep repeating that over and over until I've got bare floor. Once I have bare floor, I'm going to switch to Murphy's oil soap and then mop it until basically the mop runs clean whenever I dip it in the mop water. I think I changed the mop water on this one something like 7 times before I finally got the water to run clear. As always, I want to thank everybody for watching, and if you haven't subscribed, you know how YouTube works. I hope everybody has an awesome week, and I will see you on the next video.